Okay. So now it should work. Now I see I have several lives up and running here now. But it should be this one. Yeah, this is like audio. Audio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Oh. Yes, now I can continue to talk. And it should know I have also lowered, so it's more for latency. The latency between the stream and what I'm saying should be less also. But I don't know if it saved that or not. But that doesn't matter. It works. So now I'm really sorry about that. But now I will go and delete all the other old ones now when I wait for people to join in. Please give me please give me a sign in the chat that people are joining, if you are here and so on. So, oh, yes, finally. And I'm hearing myself now, but I will have myself in the headphones. So I have, I did some changes in the software and stuff. But I think it's kind of mono now, but it doesn't matter. It works. It works, and that is what's matter. And I think I will jinx myself now, so it crash or something. But it seems to work. So let's go. So yes, I hope people will join, and if not, some people is here. There's more people here. So what can I say? I can start with the weather report. And first I can apologize for all the trouble. It's strange when things happen like this that you have. It must be in some Windows update that screwed everything up with the USB and all that. Now it works. I did need to do some changes and so on. And I think the quality of the image is okay and all that. So yes. Because now I even bought other things. I have bought new memories or used memories for the computer, faster memories. I also changed the fan today because the CPU were running a little hot, and that has improved a lot. So that was needed anyway. But it's strange when things just it worked fine. Now it's not working. Yes, the weather, I said. It's been a lovely day today. Not that I have been able to enjoy it that much. I have been working, so So, but I have been out on the balcony a little while now and then, and take a breather and enjoy the sun a little bit. Been around, I think it's been 17, 18 degrees at the top today. Now it's 14, and that is good to be this time of, yeah, it's almost 9 o'clock here, so. And it's going to be nice weather the rest of the week. I had a little chat earlier today at work also, so some of you that were listening to that, you may hear the same again, but who cares? I don't. I can repeat myself. Yes, it's going to be around 20 degrees tomorrow night in 20s, and it's going to be that way the whole rest of the week. Going to be warm in next week also, at least until Monday, Tuesday. Then after Tuesday, but that is not certain. We're going to have a little colder, maybe even some rain on Tuesday, and that is good almost, because now we're starting to get like warnings because it's starting to be very dry. It's looked now like, oh, you see snow on the balcony cam and so on, but the grass is really dry now, so it's warning to it can easily be like grass fires and so on. We have a huge forest fire in one part of Sweden now, so I hope it's not going to be like 2018 when almost the whole Sweden were on fire. There are some experts, weather experts, are think that we are going to have a little as we had 2018, because it seems to this pattern that the winter and spring and so on matches that summer. 2018 was a really bad summer for us in Sweden. It was really hot, dry, no rain whatsoever almost. When we had like we couldn't water our grass. It was like we needed to keep what is called rate. I don't know how to pronounce it. We need to spare water and save water and not use it too much and so on. And forest fires all over Sweden. We had other countries coming here from the European Union with our airplanes and so on that we have for forest fire. We didn't have enough to cover it, so they came from Italy and Poland and so on to help us with. So that was 2018, and there are some that predict that this summer could be like that. I hope not. But we had lots of strange weather lately in summertime here in Sweden and in Europe overall. With like a normal summer for us in Sweden. We have like 20. If it's a really good summer, we can have up to 25 degrees and so on. That's now we've been over last summers. We have been over 30 degrees and so on. And this is almost every summer now lately. We have had those periods with really hot weather, but nothing compared to how they had in rest of Europe. They were over 40, close to 50 degrees on some places and so on. So yes. What else? If we leave the weather, I hope you all have a good weather, or at least okay weather. What else can I say? Yes, I'm repeating myself a lot when I have this session because I talked earlier today a half hour on the cam when I were working. This has been quite much today at work. I started even early today. I started off after 7, and normally I like drop in, log in, and at 8:45, and my colleague sometimes comes even later. So I were starting early because I can't sleep that good. So I went up, and today I went up earlier because I wanted to be awake before 8, because I were waiting for a packet that I need to show my ID to get. It was the fan for the computer, and they say we come around sometime between 8 and 5 o'clock. Have no idea when, and I thought with my fucking luck they come at 8. And I don't want to stand there in my underwears and say hi. So I went up earlier, and they came around 3:30 or so. And that was also quite nice. It was an old. She like, hey, I must ask. She said, didn't you and me go to the same class? It was an old classmate, so we had a little chat there and so on. That was quite fun. And hi Tricia, by the way. Sorry for, I'm just going on now because I had so much mess. So yes, so that was fun. It was an old schoolmate. We talked a little bit and so on. What else? Yeah, it was quite much, and as I brought, yes, now I'm going, because this is how I do. You all from SpiedLife, you know that. You know how this works. It's now when I lift positive, negative, I can do a rant, I can complain, I can say positive things. I just speak out of my heart. That is what this is. But I'm telling that because many drops in here now that have never, they don't even know what SpiedLife is, so I wanted to explain. Today I want to, this is, it's sounding very negative maybe, but I need to speak, I need to talk about it a little bit, because it's starting to annoy me, and I have spoke about it earlier, but I'm a little worried now about it, and I will explain why in a little while. But first, it is my colleague, not the colleague here at the office, that's my friend since a long time, way back, but the one that is working with the same things that I did. Remember when I started, I had another colleague, but he had, he quit. He was just working the last 2 months. He had quit before I even was, and I didn't even know that. So I worked this for myself for a month or 2. Then they hired a new one because we need to be 2. But the thing is, and I try to be helpful, I try to teach him, I try to do what I could, and so on, and yeah. But he has acted strangely, in my opinion, to me, since almost the start. Not maybe the first week, but he can say comments that little, what? Why, what? It's like he's trying to put me down. Like, I don't know. I get a really bad feeling about some of the comments. I sometimes overthink things also. So I have like, never mind. But it is, now I take the cases. It worked like this. I am a level 2, but we are also dispatcher. We have a level 3. So most things we dispatch to the level 3, to network, to the specialist in some areas, like, okay, this is server, we can't do anything like on that, we can do. So we dispatch. And we get our cases from front line. We are second line. Front line is owned by this company themselves that we are supporting. They should solve as much as possible themselves, but they have limited skills and so on. So many times they just throw it to us, and that's okay. And either we throw it back and tell them, no, you should solve this, or we solve it or dispatch it or whatever. I'm just explaining how my work works. The thing is, we are called ninjas. Oh. That's what our what we are called. Me and my colleague, we work as ninjas. It's because we work behind the scenes. We are not seen and so on. You know, I think it's because of that. But when we get a case, we have a limited time to deal with it, because we have SLAs and all that. So we need to start working with it is just that when someone needs to take it and put it in a special status. That's all we need to do to keep that that time limit. But we have an hour or two, I think it is 2 hours, we need to act on it. And then after that we can when we have started, we have longer time to solve it. That's another thing. So I sit and see, I have indicators, bam, now something new in the queue, now it's new in the queue, I see the mail coming in, and I have the queue always open, and I take the cases. And but sometimes I get occupied with a customer or user. I always call them customers for some reason, because I think it's because I were on ACES before. But so I can be remote and trying to solve, and I see some, they indicate, oh, something is come here, but oh, he will take it. I see he's online, he's online there, he's not occupied or anything. In Teams, we use Teams. And when I'm done after an hour or so with half hour with my user, I say, no, he hasn't touched it. I can go in and see he is in the cases. We can see that this is open by this. Or sometimes he's not done anything. So it ends up with me taking it anyway. And that's okay if it wasn't that he sometimes went like, can you keep an eye on this queue? Well, I do that all the time. He can say such a strange thing sometimes, like, oh, you don't. He sends the message that, oh, can you do this? You never do anything. But he is the one that almost never do anything. But he has another, when we have meetings with his boss and so, he's like, oh, Leif is taking all the cases and he's so smooth and so on. Now, yesterday he's like, he's going into my cases and look for errors. And like yesterday, oh, I'm happy I didn't do this. Well, I did a mistake because I had over 100 cases in just 2 days. Yes. It's just it was an easy mistake. I do mistakes. Everyone do a mistake. But he goes in my cases and look into the cases and try to find things to complain about. And that's starting to annoy me. Why do I tell this? Yeah, to get it off my chest. But next week we are going, the whole team, We are spread out in different places in Sweden. The main team is in Stockholm. We are here up here, and we have in Sundsvall. We have in Gothenburg, and we have in different places staff. And we had said, well, why don't we do anything together? So now we are going to do that. We're going to a resort with camping with hotel, and we're going to rent cabins, and we're going to eat and drink and so on. So on the house, so to say, we need to pay for the cabins ourselves, but we get the money back. That's how it works. You just file, and yeah, I have this expense, and you get it back. What I'm worried about is that now when we are sitting down and having drinks and so on, that, I hope that he doesn't say anything, because it's starting to annoy me, and if he says something, and we have had a few drinks and so on, I can get like, I need to clear the air, and I don't want that. So I need to keep my tongue. And hopefully he is not saying anything either, but he is acting strange. I have no idea why. And I don't talk to him anymore if I don't have to, because I don't know. It feels strange. But yes, that is going to be awesome. We are going on the plan where we are having a day off on the 18th here in Sweden. It's a bank holiday, or what to say. And then we were like, on Friday, many companies take a squeeze day and extend. So if they can, they let people have a day off, even on Friday. So the plan was that we were going down on Thursday, being there overnight, have fun, and go back on Friday and not work. But now it seems like we're going on Friday instead, and going back on Saturday. The thing is, I'm really looking forward to it, but at the same time, it couldn't come with a worse time, because it's before salary, and I have almost no money, and I have a birthday on Saturday. And for once, I'm going to want to buy a birthday cake and something, and invite because I never celebrate my birthday. So I thought, this year I'm going to do something. I'll invite my brother and his wife for some coffee, and my friend Ulf, and so on, maybe some more. But the birthday cake will cost. And other things will cost. That means I will not have any money when I go down to this next week. I had a plan that this would be enough to live, to buy food and stuff the rest of the month. Now my colleagues up here, my friends, said, but we are paying for we pay your expense for the cabin and so on, because they get the money back. That's no problem. My friend that suggested that they hired me. For those that doesn't know, I was recommended inside this company to be having this. My friend recommended, or my friends recommended me for this. So, and he got a huge bonus for that. When they hired me, and after I worked for 6 months or whatever it was, he got a bonus, and that was much, much bigger than he expected it. So he is always saying, I owe you for this bonus. I want to give you something from the bonus. But I said, no. So, but he still continued. I said, buy me a beer or two someday, maybe. So he's like saying that he said it on the meeting also, but I still owe you from this. So that the cabin will solve and so on, but sadly, the rest will be tricky. But it's going to be fun anyway. As I understood, the booth is on the house. The company will pay for that, and don't know how it is with the food, if we need to buy something ourselves and so on. We will see. But that is something, and the area, it's a lovely area. They have like a hotel, they have a camping site. It's a big island, but there is smaller islands also, but they're connected with bridges and so. So you can be on, but we are going to rent cabins. So that will be nice. So that is what's going on next week. And yeah, this weekend then I will try to celebrate my little birthday. And that's also why I posted this poll. So if you haven't answered the poll in the main cam or main channel, what we could call it, please do so before I close the cameras down. Because I wanted to find out how it looks like, because for me I have not celebrated. The question is not if you celebrate, the question if you get celebrated. I see in Philippines, like Molinda and all others I know in Philippines, for example, they take this birthday really seriously. They have like birthday month and stuff. But they have another, it's like lots of friends, there's food, and they are getting like almost more big part. And even if it's for the adults, but the same for the kids, they are clowns and stuff. And they do lots of things. And that's so different from here in Sweden. At least the life I grew up, of course people get celebrated here in Sweden also, but for me I have never really been celebrated, and I'm not complaining or so, I'm just explaining. So that made me think, is this kind of familiar, because around the world that but I see that, I'm lucky to see that the status now is that most people get celebrated by their friends and family. I must say, I am super bad. I'm ashamed of how bad I am on celebrating my friends. So I am not sorry. I have a total understanding that if you don't do things, treat people like you want to be treated yourself. And in this case I mistreat my friend. It's not that I don't care, but I can't keep track of it. I have tried over the years. I had like a list with the dates and reminders and all that. Now at least I have Facebook that tells me most of the people. I'm super bad. I can't get it in my head when that one has birthday or not. I don't know if it's because it's numbers or whatever. I hate numbers in that way. I can't. But as I said, at least now I get a little help from Facebook, and then I try to do something if I can and so on. But before that it was chaos. So what else can I say? Do we have any questions now when the sync is working and all that? Please throw out any thoughts, whatever in the chat. Take the opportunity. Yes, and what can I say? Not much. Yeah, really interesting. I'm going to have laundry next Sunday. On Sunday, I'm going to have laundry. Yeah, that's interesting. Which I really desperately need, because I had booked the time last Sunday. Yes, last week weekend. Sorry, but I was so tired. So I said, no, I have closed that for this week, but now I really need to. So that's it's what's going on here. Nothing much. Yes, and yes, no, yes. I don't have anything news about the new site that is going to be the new SpiedLife, or I have no news. I haven't talked to him in a while, Mario. Because I don't think it's. I know what's going on. He's trying to get the money, as I told earlier, so he can run this for a year or so. Without, even if he has no income, he want to have guarantee that he can do this, and that's kind of smart in my opinion. Then if he gets thing going and income, then he have a bonus that he can manage at least and do more. But there is no news. I don't think we're going to see that in a while, because it takes a while. That's lots of money need to be saved up for a year. But I have an idea, and now please let me know if you're still here. Tricia, are you here? Will, are you here? Is anyone else that used to be active in the chat here? Let me know, because I have a serious question I want to ask you guys, and I want honest opinion. I want honest, because I have a little thought, I have a little idea. I see we are 8 people here, but I don't know who those 8 people, and I want to throw out this. Will is here. Good. Okay, we have Will. I will see if Tricia or anyone else is here, because the more the better, because this is an idea I have. But and it's not about me. So okay, it seems like the others are not people in that are active in the chat. Those other 6 people. Now it's 5 people, so I think someone got scared and ran away. Oh no, he wants opinion. I have an idea. We all know Melinda or Lola and so on, and I would like to do this for all for Simple Life and so also. It's not like, but. I can't do everything and so on for everyone at the same time. As some of you know, that they are living in a house, they don't really own that house. It's complicated. I don't going to go into details, but the house they own it's leaking, and they have issues with the roof when it's heavy rain. They get the floors flooded, they get the bathroom is crap and all that, and they live crowded and so on. And it's I'm not saying they have a bad home, but it could be much better. That I think all of us that have seen it and so on understand. I tried to send some things and try to make it more better and help them with carpets and all that and things. But there is lots of things to do, and since they don't really own this, there is. I have some strange noise coming now and then. I don't know where it comes from. But well, the thing is, I have a little idea that maybe I haven't told her yet. I haven't spoken to her yet. This is my idea, and I want to have a bowl plank on this first. I'm thinking about starting a GoFundMe for Lina and see if we can get money to maybe they can buy a simple house somewhere, or if we can't reach that goal, they can at least change the roof and do something about this, because it's not good. It's not healthy when rain comes down. Yes, you can clean the floors, but when you have those carpets and so on, it's so easy to get black mold. And when the bathroom is flooding, the toilet is flooding and all that, yeah, it's not good. And also we have a teenager here now that also he maybe should have a own room or whatever. Yeah, there is things going on. So my idea is to try to start GoFundMe or some service like that. Put out a goal, maybe put it out several goals. Have a main goal, but have if that, and let it go for a year. And if it doesn't reach that goal, then they can use the money that they get to improve where they live now. And then maybe next year do the same for sorry, SpiedLife. I can't do so much myself because I am struggling economically myself. I'm trying to get out of debts and so on. But I think it could be, because for us, $10 here now and $10 next month and so on may not sound much, but when building up, it can be helpful. I want to have your thoughts about that. Everyone that is in this, what do you think? Is it worth it? Is it a bad idea? Is it a good? Speak out. Let me know what you think about it. The idea. And I'm quiet now because I'm waiting to see if someone has any thoughts at all. But it seems like no one thinking something about that idea. And that maybe tells me that it was so lousy idea that it was not even. It's kind of, you can almost say it's kind of this, as the film project were. Sadly, that didn't end well, but this is something else. Here is for many of the people here, this is someone you have learned to know the family, you know the people and so on. So I thought it maybe could be something. But I see that no one is, 8 people here now. Maybe some of them didn't hear it, but I will not take it again. Have any thoughts about it? So maybe I need to think. What noise is that? I need to take that thought around a couple of times again. That was all I had now. What if no one has any thoughts or so on? Yeah. Well, it's not like this. Don't misunderstand me now. I also have a shitty economics. Don't think otherwise. But I think, if when the day comes, I have $1 extra, or if I have $10 or whatever, I can donate. I'm not begging people now to donate. It's not that. It's the idea of it all. I'm wondering if it's. What do you think? Is it possible? I know there is bad economics around the world. We have food prices is shit and so on, but and I'm struggling myself. And as I told many times, I'm trying to work out debts. But for me, I say, okay, I still have it okay. And there is people around that has less than me. So I feel like, yes. And for me, 100 Swedish kronor, 200 Swedish kronor, this snus I'm using cost me 50 Swedish kronor. That's $5, give and take, $5. So that will be like 4 of these. If I can buy something or give someone that is in more need than me, that some time put it on. And for me, if a few more think so and do that, when they feel like, now I can spare $5. After a time, if there is a few people doing that, that will grow, and that could, because the roof is leaking and they need to change things. That's 10,000, around 10,000 in Philippine money, and that sounds much, but let's see here. Then I'm checking here. That is like $179, and it's not much if many do add a dollar now and a dollar then and so on, and that will grow. So if having that for a year, who knows what comes in and what out. So that was my idea. And I'm not saying that people, oh, everyone here should give now and do that. I'm talking about the idea, and hopefully, but I'm also seeing, I see the problem that people will not, we have all have it badly, and more or less, not all, everyone of course, but it doesn't need to be big things, and so on. So yes, that was the idea. I need to think about it a little more. I think I think the idea came a little bit because I thought about Friends in Manila, because I thought that was an awesome project where they tried to help people in desperate need, because they were in even more desperate need than both Molina and Juliet and so on. There were sick people that had no medication and all that, but it didn't go that well. But I thought maybe this could work at least a little, since people know these families better, and especially since this channel didn't get monetized. So I can't help them with some money from this. I don't get any from it myself, and so on. But my thought was to give them some money from this, give them half to split with, or 60% even, and split between them from the channel. Now that is screwed up. So I started to think, what else can I do? What else can I do? What can I do? So that's why the thought came up. Now I always say, I'm going to have a short session. Now it's 47 minutes. So I will end this now. If no one has any else to say. But I guess not. But I think I will say, have a pleasant evening, day, whatever time you guys may have. Take care, stay safe, and have fun. And now it's going to be like a frozen moment because I need the stream to come up. I can't press end because then I will chop it off. So bye.